On the grand seas, besides having strength, a pirate crew needs certain essential tools that are key to their journey. Although these gadgets don't get much screen time, they are crucial elements that support the Great Pirate era. The log pose is one of the most fundamental tools for navigating the Grand Line. The magnetic fields in the Grand Line are chaotic, but the log pose can record the magnetic forces between islands, guiding people to their next destination. In the Straw Hat crew, only Nami wears a log pose. This isn't just because she's the navigator. Back at the Twin Cape, Luffy broke a log pose 3 times while fooling around, which angered Nami so much that she never let the crew touch these fragile devices again. Although log poses are easily purchasable, they're incredibly precious during adventures. First, a log pose needs time to lock onto the magnetic field of the next island, which can take anywhere from a few hours to several months to reset. Some islands, like Little Garden, require an extremely long charging time, up to a year. In such cases, an eternal pose is needed, though these are rare equipment. Sanji once acquired an eternal pose to Alabasta while fighting the Unluckies. Furthermore, without spare log poses, crews can only rely on gifts from acquaintances. For instance, Crocus gave his log pose as a gift to the Straw Hat crew. This shows how crucial Nami and the log pose are. If a ship sets sail without waiting for the log pose to set, they might accidentally stumble upon another island by sheer luck, but then the magnetic field would reset, and they'd have to wait for it to set again. In the New World, the magnetic fields are even more chaotic than in Paradise. The log poses from the first half of the Grand Line become completely useless, requiring a New World version. One with 3 needles on a single dial, each pointing to different islands, allowing crews to choose their next destination. The most stable needle indicates the safest route. In this regard, Bartolomeo's achievement is most impressive, entering the New World without a navigator, relying solely on Den Den Mushi calls to his grandmother to find his idol. This brings us to the second essential gadget, the Den Den Mushi. While the Straw Hat crew doesn't have smartphones, these mysterious snails are just as smart. These expressive creatures can perfectly mimic the caller's expressions and emotions, even imitating crying and getting punched. It's essentially a unique form of video calling. Everyone can customize their Den Den Mushi according to their style. Besides installing buttons and intercoms, some notable ones include Kaku's Den Den Mushi with his signature scarf, Doflamingo's with its flamboyant feathers, and Luffy's typically sporting his iconic straw hat colors. There are over a dozen types of Den Den Mushi with various functions, handling everything from communication and photography to projection, surveillance, and anti-surveillance. Even in the isolated Wano country, they have special Den Den Mushi called Smart Snails. In the vast Grand Line, real-time communication tools like these are essential. Den Den Mushi aren't rare. They can be caught in the wild. In Zoo, Frankie mentioned he could catch one and make a phone on the spot. These small creatures, though often appearing briefly, are both adorable and crucial. Next are newspapers and news coup seagulls. While log poses and Den Den Mushi might only be essential for specific groups, the news coup and their newspapers are arguably the most important medium in the pirate world. From the world government, marines, and emperors to ordinary citizens, everyone needs newspapers to stay informed about daily major events. Even Doflamingo in Impel Down has access to newspapers. With how rapidly things change nowadays, seeing is believing, so Doflamingo reads each day's paper in silent disbelief. However, he claims, "When it comes to fake news, I'm the pioneer." Now, when I see the Marines publishing such ridiculous fake news, I just smile. Do they think I'll believe that? The Big News Morgan's newspaper company is so powerful that even the 5 elders can't control them. When faced with doubled newspaper prices, even Nami can only reluctantly pay up. CP organizations struggle against them. Big News Morgans and his army of news coup are omnipresent and all-knowing, capable of influencing the Marines, emperors, and even Im through their reporting. It turns out the newspaper company is the most formidable force of all. Then there are Vivre Cards, which, like log poses, are guidance tools. However, Vivre Cards are more like location sharing in WeChat, pointing towards their owner's location. They're typically used for family members, crewmates, or friends. Vivre Cards are made by mixing the owner's fingernail clippings with special materials, representing their real-time life force. The cards themselves are waterproof and fireproof, but they shrink when the owner's life force weakens and grow back when it recovers. Although Vivre Cards haven't appeared many times, each appearance serves as an important plot device. For instance, Ace gave Luffy his Vivre card in Alabasta, which became crucial when Luffy fell into Impel Down and Marineford. On the Thriller bark, Lola gave Nami Big Mom's Vivra card, which Nami later used to command Big Mom's homie to self-destruct on Whole Cake Island. During the Dressrosa arc, Sanji's group found Zoo using Beppo's Vivra card from Law. Meanwhile, Jack tracked Zoo using the traitor Kanjuro's Vivra card. Luffy has distributed his Vivra cards to the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, Sabo, and Bellamy, which will surely be significant later in the story. Then there's the coating technology using Yarukimen Mangrove's resin from Sabayori. This coating technique is used for deep-sea diving and escape purposes. Although coating technology isn't frequently used, it's indispensable for traveling the Grand Line. To enter the New World, there are only 3 routes available. One is through Mary Joyce, using the world government's elevator, but this is restricted to certain groups. Another is either flying or climbing over the Red Line, which towers into the clouds, both methods impossible for the vast majority. The third option is reaching Fishman Island, 10,000 meters under the sea, to enter the New World. The Sunny's Shark Submerge 3 can only dive to 5,000 meters, which is why Hachi explained that coating is humanity's only means of reaching Fishman Island. This highlights the coating technology's importance. Even Garp joked about nearly dying underwater when visiting Fishman Island. Without coating technology and coating workers' help, entering the New World would be nearly impossible. Coating technology has other uses too. During the Summit War, Whitebeard not only used a coated ship to infiltrate Marineford's inner bay, but also hid another coated ship underwater. Combined with Little Oar's Junior S efforts, this broke through Sengoku's proud encirclement strategy. So while these tools might seem like minor elements in the pirate world, they're actually fundamental. Log poses and Vivre cards guide crews toward their companions and destinations. Den Den Mushi and News Coup keep everyone informed about the sea's shifting dynamics, and coding technology opens the door to the New World. These small but mighty tools have shaped countless adventures in the world of One Piece. What other essential items do you think deserve recognition? If you enjoyed exploring these fascinating details from One Piece, don't forget to like and subscribe to Amy Chan for more deep dives into the series. Thanks for watching.